Powers of products and quotients. Why did the computer keep sneezing? It had a virus. Powers of products and quotients. We're going to be finding powers of products and finding powers of quotients. The Indiana Academic Standard is 8.1.5. The rule for raising a product to a power. To raise a product to a power, raise each factor to the power. So 5 times 3, that quantity to the 4th power, is 5 to the 4th power and 3 to the 4th power. AB, in parentheses to the m power, is a to the m power and b to the m power. The rule for raising a quotient to a power. To raise a quotient to a power, raise both the numerator and the denominator to the power. So 2/3 to the 4th power is 2 to the 4th and over 3 to the 4th. A over b to the m power is a to the m power over b to the m power, where b cannot be 0. For example 1, simplifying a power of a product. Simplify the quantity 3z to the 5th to the 4th power. First we're going to take 3 to the 4th power and write that down. Then we have to take z to the 5th to the 4th power. Well, if you remember back from a previous chapter, we know when we take a variable that's to a power to another power, we actually have to multiply those two powers, because we have to think of this as z to the 5th times z to the 5th times z to the 5th times z to the 5th. So we have 3 to the 4th times z to the 5th times 4. So we have 3 to the 4th times z to the 20th. We can simplify it finally by taking 3 to the 4th, which is 81. Z to the 20th just remains z to the 20th. So our final answer is 81 z to the 20th. Pause the video if you need more time to copy down these notes. Don't forget to write questions down as we go through the examples. To simplify expression 1a, 2 times 3, that quantity to the 3rd power, you can take 2 to the 3rd times 3 to the 3rd. 2 to the 3rd is 8, 3 to the 3rd is 27. 8 times 27 is 216. 2p to the 4th power would be 2 to the 4th times p to the 4th. 2 to the 4th equals 16, so we end up with 16p to the 4th power. For c, we have x, y to the 2nd, all to the 5th power. So first we're going to take x to the 5th power, then we're going to take y to the 2nd power to the 5th power. To do the y to the 2nd to the 5th power, we're going to have to multiply 2 times 5. So we end up with x to the 5th, y to the 10th. For d, 5x to the 3rd, all taken to the 2nd power. First we have to take 5 to the 2nd power, then we're going to take the x to the 3rd power also to the 2nd power. 5 to the 2nd power is 25. To figure out the x, we'll take x to the 3rd power times 2. That's 6. So we end up with 25x to the 6th. Pause the video if you need more time to write down these examples. Don't forget to write a question as you go that we can talk about in class. When working with bases that have a negative sign, you have to pay very close attention as to where the negative sign is located. In example 2a, we have negative 3a inside the parentheses to the 4th power. That means when we take the 3 to the 4th power, the negative sign goes with it. So it's negative 3 to the 4th. Negative 3 to the 4th would be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, which would give us positive 81. A to the 4th is just a to the 4th. For part B, we have negative outside the parentheses 3a to the 4th. That negative sign is not going to be multiplied or taken to the 4th power. So our final answer is going to be negative. So we have our negative sign, Then we have our 3 to the 4th power times our a to the 4th power. Well, 3 to the 4th power is 81, and since our negative sign was outside of the parentheses, we end up with negative 81 a to the 4th. Pause the video if you need more time to write down these examples. Don't forget to write a question as you go that we can talk about in class. For example 3, geometry, find the area of a square with the side length of x over 4. The area of a square is the side squared. So we're going to take x over 4 to the 2nd power. So we take x to the 2nd power over 4 to the 2nd power. X to the 2nd power is x squared, and 4 to the 2nd power is 16. So we end up with the area of a square is x squared over 16 square units. Pause the video if you need more time to write down these examples. Don't forget to write a question as you go that we can talk about in class. For 2a, the quantity negative 2y to the 4th power, we have to simplify it. Since the negative is inside the parentheses, it will be included when we take the 2 to the 4th power. So we have negative 2 to the 4th power times y to the 4th power. Negative 2 to the 4th power is 16, so we end up with a final answer of 16y to the 4th. For 2b, we have negative outside the parentheses, 2y to the 4th. The negative will leave outside the parentheses. We'll take 2 to the 4th and y to the 4th. 2 to the 4th is 16, y to the 4th is y to the 4th. So we end up with a final answer of negative 16y to the 4th. Pause the video if you need more time to write down these examples. Don't forget to write a question as you go that we can talk about in class. For 3a, we have negative 2/3 to the 4th power. We can connect the negative with the 2, so we have negative 2 on the top to the 4th power over 3 to the 4th on the bottom. Negative 2 to the 4th is 16, and 3 to the 4th is 81. So the final answer is 16 over 81. For b, we have 2x squared over 3 all to the 3rd power. So we take 2 to the 3rd power times x squared to the 3rd power all over 3 to the 3rd power. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. X squared to the 3rd power is going to be x squared times 3. And 3 to the 3rd power is 27. X to the 2nd times 3 is going to be x to the 6th. So we end up with 8x to the 6th over 27. Pause the video if you need more time to write down these examples. Don't forget to write a question as you go that we can talk about in class.